Good morning, all of you.
Morning,
Good
sir.
Good
morning.
morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Are you able to hear me?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not able to hear you. Then I will start my class. Okay. You can tell me by. Okay. Then I will share it. Just a minute. Entire screen. Share. So I think you are able to see the PowerPoint also. If is there any difficulty, you can tell me. And during the lecture, I am starting my topic. So I will uh, cover the developmental anatomy. That is development, how development occurs, what are the basic principles of development, and what are the different stages of the development. Okay. So let them join others also. They are. Okay, are you able to see the PPT? Please tell me.
Yes,
Anyone
sir.
can unmute and tell me
Yes,
so I
sir.
can confirm. So give me
Yes, sir.
confirmation so I can start my lecture. Anyone
Yes, sir.
can unmute yourself and tell me that you are able to hear me properly or not.
Yes, sir.
I'm not able to hear you. Yes, I'm not able to hear you all because I don't know why. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then
Yes,
it's
sir.
okay. It's okay. Okay, okay, okay. I think there was some technical error. So I think you are able to see the PowerPoint presentation also.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
So developmental anatomy, I will start. Developmental anatomy is also called as, also termed as embryology. Okay. So embryology, while coming to the definition, if you will see, embryology is the science that deals with the origin and development of an individual organism. It may be any organism. So the science which deals with the origin and development of an individual organism is called as embryology or the developmental anatomy. So it includes various stages. Okay. So it also deals with the formative history of animals from the term of fertilization. This is very, very important terminology. So from the fertilization is the process of fusion of male and female gametes. This is very, very important. So from the first step of the developmental anatomy is the fusion of male and female gametes. So they will form a zygote, and this zygote will undergo several stages to form a new individual. So the developmental anatomy deals with the formative history of animals from the time of fertilization of the female germ cell or ovum by a sperm to the adult condition. So first step of the developmental anatomy is the fertilization, and last step is the it will transform into the adult condition, and this adult will come out from the uterus by the process of the parturition. I think everybody knows, by the parturition it will come out from the female reproductive tract. Along with it, so in this fertilization, this is very, very important. In this fertilization, there is requirement of the male and female genital organs. So by the male genital organs, the deposition of the spermatozoa will occurs into the female genital tract. So the spermatozoa will move into the female genital tract, and they will come into the contact with the female genital ovum. So these spermatozoa along with the ovum, they will come together, and their pronuclei will be fused, and they will form a zygote. So in this type of the development, or in this type of the development, there is requirement of the male and female genital organs. So there is one more terminology that is called as parthenogenesis. I think you have already gone through it. Parthenogenesis is condition in which exceptionally an ovum, there will be no fertilization, exceptionally an ovum may develop into an organism. There is no requirement of the spermatozoa, okay, and there is no requirement of the sexual reproduction. So exceptionally an ovum may develop into an organism. This whole ovum will transform into a new organism without being fertilized by a spermatozoa, which is known as parthenogenesis. And this is very, very important definition. It may come in into your objective also. This is very, very important. The asexual reproduction is called as parthenogenesis, in which ovum may develop into an organism without being fertilized. Means there will be no fertilization just because of asexual reproduction. Then embryology. Embryology, it includes some steps. It includes some changes into the cells, because the development of an individual or development of an body, you can say, it starts from the cell. Okay, so cell will grow and it will multiply, and there are several changes, because the unit of an body, you can say, it is cell. So cell is the very smaller component of the body. Then there will be formation of the various cells. There will be some changes by the in the size, also in the increased number of the cells. So when fertilization will occur, so there will be formation of one zygote. Okay, that is zygote. Okay, when the male and female pronucleus will come contact, they will form one zygote, and this zygote will undergoes further development, depends on the following processes. So these are the processes which are very, very important in the developmental anatomy. Okay, so first thing is the growth. You can see growth. So growth occurs by the following three basic mechanisms. Suppose this is a cell. Okay, there is formation of one cell, that is zygote, and there is formation of one cell. So what are the different steps that may lead to development of an individual is under the development, this is the growth phase. Okay, so first thing is this cell may be further divide, and it will produce the number of the cells that may starts the development. Okay, so an increase in the number of the cell is the step of the growth in the early stages of the development. Increases in the size by cell proliferation is a major growth mechanism. Means there will be from the 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 16, 16 to 32, they will multiply. Okay, and they will increase the number of the cells. Then number 2 is the increase in the size of the cell. Suppose this is a cell and it is going to be increased, then increased. Okay, one is the first one is the number of the cells will be increased, and in the number 2 point there will be increase in the size of the cell. And a very good example of the growth that occurs by increase in the cell size is the muscles. Okay, when you will go through the exercise, so the cells of the muscle, they will increase in the size. Okay, and that is also called as growth. Then the third point, the increase in the amount of the extracellular material. There is presence of extracellular material in each and every cell. So the best example for this is found in the various connective tissues, which are primarily composed of extracellular material. So there are 3 mechanisms under the growth. Number 1 is the increase in the number of the cells, 1, 2, 4, 6, 4, 8, 16, 32. Then increase in the size of the cell, the size will be increased, and increase in the amount of the extracellular material. Then what are the gametes? Okay, so in the developmental anatomy, there will be 2 types of the gametes. One is called as male gamete, and this male gamete is the spermatozoa. Okay, and one is the female gamete, and this female gamete is called as ovum. So these 2 are required for the sexual reproduction, not in the asexual reproduction. I already told you, in the asexual reproduction, the ovum will transform into an new individual without being fertilized, because there is asexual reproduction. That condition is called as parthenogenesis. So in the gametes, these are the reproductive cells which unite to form gametes. These are known as gametes. So in case of the male, they are spermatozoa, and in case of the female, these are the ovum. Okay, and from where these spermatozoas and the ovums are coming, this is very, very important. So the cell that give rise to them means male and female gametes. The cell that give rise to male and female gametes constitute the germplasm of an individual called as germ cell. So these germ cell will give rise to the male gamete, that is spermatozoa, and female gamete, that is ovum. From the germ cell, spermatozoa and ovum will come, and by the sexual reproduction, the spermatozoa will deposit it into the female genital tract, and it will come in contact with the ovum to form zygote. Okay, and in others, the other cell of the body which will not take direct part in the production of the gamete is called as somatic cell. So germ cell, they will take direct part in the formation of the gametes, and the cell which will not directly involve into the production of the gametes, these are called as somatic cells. So these are 2 important terminologies. One is the somatic cell and one is the germ cells. Then gametogenesis. Gametogenesis is the process by which the gametes are produced. Okay, so the process of formation of the gametes is called as gametogenesis. So in case of the spermatozoa, it is called as spermatogenesis, and in case of the ovum, it is called as oogenesis. Okay, and this spermatogenesis and oogenesis both, they are divided into 4 major phases, and these major phases are: first is origin of germ cell and their migration into gonads. As I already told you, germ cell is responsible for formation of the male and female genital, male and female gametes. So there will be first step in the gametogenesis, the origin of the germ cells, and these and their migration into gonads. Okay, then after reaching these germ cells, they will multiply. There will be multiplication of the germ cells by the process of the mitosis. So mitosis will lead into increase in the numbers, as I already told you, increase in the number. Then third step is the reduction division, and this is also called as meiosis. Then the final stage is the maturation, and there will be a differentiation of the gametes into spermatozoa and the ovum. So these are the 4 steps which are present in the male and female gamete formation, that is by the process of the spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Then first is the spermatogenesis. So spermatogenesis, as I already told you, that spermatogenesis is process of formation of the spermatozoa, and the development of a spermatozoa, it occurs into the testis. Okay, it occurs into the testis. Then the maturation of the spermatozoa, it will take place into the epididymis. Okay, so development of a spermatozoa in the testis is called as spermatogenesis. Okay, you can see here, this is the classical slide of the testis, and it is usually consists of various seminiferous tubules. So these are the seminiferous tubules. Okay, and they are coiled actually, but this is section. So you are seeing the rounded or oval shaped seminiferous tubules. So these seminiferous tubules, the wall, so this is the wall of the seminiferous tubule. So the wall of the seminiferous tubule is formed by multi-layered epithelium, and this multi-layered epithelium is called as germinal epithelium. Very, very important, germinal epithelium. So this germinal epithelium, so this is completely wall. So this germinal epithelium is responsible for the production of the spermatozoa, and when these spermatozoa will be produced, they will release into the lumen of the seminiferous tubule. So this is the lumen of the seminiferous tubule. Okay, so whole production of the spermatozoa, it starts from the wall of the seminiferous tubule, and the final release of the spermatozoa will occur into the lumen of the seminiferous tubules. Then you can see, if you have gone through the structure of the testis, so you can see here, this hole is the testis, and this hole is the epididymis. So the production of the spermatozoa will occurs here, and here in the epididymis there will be maturation of the spermatozoa. Okay, so you can see, I already told you, so this is the lumen of the seminiferous tubule, and this is the germinal epithelium. Okay, this is the germinal epithelium. So the production of the sperm, it will occur from the germinal epithelium towards the lumen by various stages of the spermatozoa. Okay, and this, here you can see, this is the basement membrane, and over the basement membrane there will be germinal epithelium. And when you can see, these are the coiled structure, these are called as the seminiferous tubule. When you will cut, when you will dissect out, when you will visualize over the histology, so you will find that each seminiferous tubule, each coiled seminiferous tubule, it will give structure like rounded or oval in shape. So spermatogenesis, the process include the formation of the spermatogonia, then there will be formation of the primary spermatocytes, then there will be secondary spermatocytes, and there will be formation of the spermatids. This is very, very important. So when the male animal becomes sexually mature, okay, there will be a period that is called as puberty. When they will come under the sexually mature condition, these spermatogonia begins to produce the sperm. This process includes 3 phases. Okay, this process includes 3 phases. Means I already told you that this is the seminiferous tubule, and there will be here will be the germinal epithelium. So from the germinal epithelium, there is production of the spermatogonia. Then this spermatogonia will produce the primary spermatocyte. Then there will be production of the secondary spermatocyte, and there will be spermatids. And here is the lumen of the seminiferous tubule. So these spermatids, they will deposited into the lumen of the seminiferous tubule, and there will be maturation phase, which will complete it in the epididymis. So it includes the 3 processes, that is the multiplication, that is by the mitotic phase, then there will be growth phase, and there will be maturation phase. So the spermatogenesis, it includes the 3 phases. Then first stage is the multiplication phase. So in the multiplication phase, the mitosis of the spermatogonia. This spermatogonia, it is coming from the germinal epithelium. This is very, very important. So there will be mitosis of the spermatogonia that occurs throughout the life, and they are situated near the outer wall of the seminiferous tubule. That I already told you, that over the basement membrane there will be germinal epithelium, and this germinal epithelium will give rise to the spermatogonia. Okay, so spermatogonia, there will be mitosis of the spermatogonia. So these spermatogonia are the rounded cells, and they are the mother cells. They are the mother cells from which primary spermatocytes are produced. Okay, from the germinal epithelium, there will be spermatogonia. So these spermatogonia are rounded cells, and they are also called as mother cells. They are also called as mother cells, which will give rise to the primary spermatocytes. And the spermatocytes are also rounded cells, which are situated very, very closer to the spermatogonia, because these spermatocytes are usually formed by the spermatogonia. Then second phase of the spermatogenesis. The second phase of the spermatogenesis is the growth phase, and during this phase there will be limited growth occurs during the process of the spermatogenesis. And the third phase is the maturation phase, and in this maturation phase, the transformation of the spermatid, there is formation of the spermatid. So these spermatids are transformed into the mature spermatozoa, that is known as spermiogenesis. This is called as spermiogenesis. Then you can see here, as I already told you, that the spermatogenesis, it occurs into the testicles. And if you will see out, this is the seminiferous tubule, because each and every testicle, it usually formed by the coiled structure that is called as seminiferous tubule. So this is the dissected version of the seminiferous tubule. So this is the basement membrane of the seminiferous tubule. So this is mainly, it is also called as germinal epithelium. This basement membrane usually bears a epithelium that is called as germinal epithelium, and this germinal epithelium, the first step of this germinal epithelium is to produce the spermatogonium. You can see here, these are the rounded cells. Then there will be mitotic division. By the mitotic division, the second step is the formation of the primary spermatocyte. Okay. Then this primary spermatocyte, they will transform into the secondary spermatocytes. Okay, and this secondary spermatocytes will finally it will give origin to the spermatids. Okay, spermatids, and these spermatids will undergo some morphological changes during the maturation phase, and these phase of transformation of spermatid into the spermatozoa is called as spermiogenesis. Now you can see here this diagram you have already seen at various books also. So this diagram clearly indicating that this diagram you can see here. So first is from the basement membrane germinal epithelium, there is formation of the spermatogonia. Then this spermatogonia, it will undergoes the you can see here it undergoes the mitotic division. So it will increase in the number over from 1 to 2, 2 to 4. Okay, and this will transform into the spermatocyte 1, and in the spermatocyte 1 there will be meiosis, and this meiosis will result into the spermatocyte 2, and then spermatocyte will transform into the spermatid, and there will be some morphological changes in the spermatid that will form the spermatozoa. So from the spermatid up to the spermatozoa, this process is called as spermiogenesis. So there are 3 phases. So this is the multiplication phase, you can see by the mitosis. Then by the meiosis there will be growth phase, and from the spermatid to sperm there will be maturation phase. Okay, now you can see what are the changes into the number of the cells. This is very, very important. So first thing is when male and female gametes come together, so this is the N and this is the N, so they are diploid, they are haploid, so they will form a 2N structure that is called as zygote. Okay, that is called as zygote. Okay, so both are both male and female gamete, they are haploid. Okay, and that zygote is diploid. So there will be formation of spermatozoa will be N, and ovum will be N. So from the spermatogonial cell, this spermatogonial cell is the 2N. Okay, so in this 2N there will be mitotic division, means there will be increase in the number of the cells. Okay, so it will increase the number of the cells here. You can see here there will be increase in the number of the cells. Then it will form the primary spermatocyte. Okay, then in this primary spermatocyte there will be meiosis. So meiosis will reduce its content by half. Okay, so this 2N will lead to the N. Okay, okay, because this is the reduction phase. Okay, then there will be meiosis second, and this meiosis second will transform into the formation of the 4 early spermatids, and these early spermatids, they will undergo the some morphological changes, and these morphological changes from the spermatid to the spermatozoa are called as spermiogenesis, and there will be formation of the spermatozoa. So in the simple way, if you will look out the general outline of the spermatogenesis, so there will be seminiferous tubule. Then the seminiferous tubule, the wall of the seminiferous tubule, basement wall of the seminiferous tubule, it consists of the germinal epithelium, and this germinal epithelium, it will give rise to the spermatogonia. Then this spermatogonial stem cell, it will undergo the spermatogonia, it will undergo the mitotic division, so it will be 2N. Then it will form the primary spermatocyte, which will undergo the meiosis. Then by this meiotic division, it will form the secondary spermatocyte, and in the secondary spermatocyte there will be second meiotic division that will give rise to the early spermatid, and these early spermatids, they will transform into the mature spermatozoa by the process of the spermiogenesis. So I am just topping up to spermatogenesis only. If you have any doubt, you can ask from me. Then in next class, I will start with this oogenesis. Okay, because today I think there are some students from the Jaluki also. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually, there is no introduction in between the Jaluki students and in between me. So, how many of you from Jaluki today? I will show. I will show. I will show. First, Jaluki from Jaluki. Are you here? Able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually, you are not able to. Just a minute. Actually, my name is. Are you able to view? I think you are able to see me, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. So where is the screen? It's not clear. Just a minute. Yes, actually, this is our first introduction. So my name is Dr. O.P. Chaudhary. I am working here as an assistant professor since 2015, and this time we are collaborating with your college also just because of this COVID-19 pandemic. As you know, all majority of the institutions, they have closed the offline teaching and we comes under the online teaching. Okay. So I request you that how many of you are attending classes? How many of you in the batch? 20?
So it's 23, sir.
Okay, 23. Okay. So I think in your college there are two faculties. One is the Malsau Kima and one is what is the name? I'm forgetting that. Recently he joined in your college. Dr.
Sharad
A.D.
Patel.
Patil sir. A.D. Patil sir. Yes, A.D. Patil sir. So I think they are well managing uh, your courses. So we are also giving our efforts to complete to help them during this COVID-19 pandemic. And I visited your college in the year of 2017 to conduct one examination. But I think you are admitted in the year of 2020. Okay, so you are not very familiar to me. So I will take whole embryology course. Uh, I think Kima also interested to take some classes. So we will distribute. So if you have any difficulty, not in embryology, in any aspect of the veterinary anatomy, you can ask from me. I am ready to help. I have number of your CR. So I will update you regularly regarding online classes. So my target is to complete embryology up to mid of the September. Okay. So in the embryology, if you have any difficulty, you can ask from me. There is Kima also, there is Patil sir also. So we are ready to help you in any aspect, not in embryology. We will help you in uh, other topics also, that is forelimb, hind limb, thorax, abdominal cavity, then histology. So how much course is covered there? Can anyone tell me? If there are 8 units in the veterinary anatomy, so how much course is covered there? Means which unit is going on?
Sir, Unit 7.
Unit 7 means histology is going on.
Yes, sir.
So remaining thing is covered already.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you have any difficulty, you can ask from me. Now topic is open for discussion. If you want to ask anything in the general terminology of the spermatogenesis, you can ask from me. Anything, anyone want to ask anything, you can ask from me.
Sir, will you please show the layer of germinal epithelium?
Yeah, germinal epithelium. You can see here. Yes, are you able to see this PPT?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir. Slide is not visible, sir.
Now it is visible. It's not visible, then I will share it again. Just wait for a moment. Stop sharing. Now it is visible. Is it visible?
No, sir. No, sir.
Hey, what happened? I don't think so. I have shared already. Share and try screen. Share. Now I think it is visible. Okay, now you see here. So he is asking for the germinal epithelium. Okay. So this is the basement membrane. First thing is the basement membrane. Okay. Okay. And this whole part is called as lumen. Okay. This is the lumen. Lumen of the seminiferous tubule. So the epithelium which lies over the basement membrane, you can see here this one. This is called as germinal epithelium. Okay. And from the germinal epithelium, there is origin of the spermatogonia, spermatocyte, secondary spermatocyte, then spermatid, and finally it will transform into the spermatozoa. Anything else?
No, sir.
Anyone, any doubt? If you want to ask, you can ask. Then if you don't have any question, then thank you for listening me. In next class, I will start the oogenesis. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
so
sir.
much. Have a good day ahead.
Thank you, sir.